Hi, I'm Mark Toole with 8020service.com, and today's customer service video question of the day comes from Quora, and the question is, do businesses still care about customer satisfaction, or they think there is plenty of fish in the sea? So, in other words, do businesses care about customer satisfaction, about giving customers what they want, them being happy with the product, or do they just care about making that initial sale, and then anybody who sticks around, great. If not, we'll go find somebody else. The answer, of course, to that question is both, and sometimes one or the other, usually both, and generally, it, of course, depends on the company that you're talking about. So, for example, I know of several companies that operate in the method that this guy's talking about here. Not entirely, but to a large extent. They focus all their efforts on making their initial sales, finding new customers, selling them things, and making profits from that. Of course, these things have renewals, they have continuation, and they're not terrible products by any means, but anybody who sticks around after the fact, fine, but not really their focus and not really where they make their money. If everybody just bought and immediately canceled, not refunded, but canceled any renewals or going forward, they would still make almost as much money because that's what their business is based around. So for businesses like that, they don't really necessarily care about customer satisfaction any more than they have to. A lot of these businesses, I'm not talking about anyone in particular now, but a lot of these big businesses that operate this way will say they'll have their customer service department and it'll be separate from the rest of the business, and they'll do what they're going to do. They'll make their marketing offers, they'll have their product, and it pisses people off. People have questions. It causes a lot of problems. Those problems are dumped on people, usually in a separate building in the customer service department, and they're expected to handle it. And I've seen firsthand some of these businesses where these people have no knowledge in advance of what's coming. They'll do a major launch, a major promotion of some kind, promise customers something, and then customers won't get it, and they'll ask the customer service people. None of them have any idea what they're talking about, but they're run in the conventional NPC way, so they're essentially forced to come up with something to tell the people, whether it's true or not, whether it's based on anything or not. Yeah, we'll get that to you right away. And then later someone goes, hey, what are they talking about? Are we offering them one of these? That sort of thing. So there are businesses that operate that way. It works until it doesn't, and it works as long as they have a continuous supply of new buyers coming in. And in the digital marketing world especially, it's tempting to think, and in some cases it's true, but it's tempting to think that new buyers, new customers, new leads can simply be bought. You figure out the formula, you put enough money into advertising, it goes out into the world, it finds new people, some percentage of them buy, and as long as the numbers work, you can do that forever and you don't need to keep anybody. Of course, the obvious flaw in that line of reasoning is the size of your market. If you burn through your entire market of people, you're not going to have anybody else to sell to. Depending what market that is, that may take longer or not as long to happen, but that is a concern. The other thing, of course, is that what people like to forget when they talk about how successful they are in business is that we're in an unprecedented bull market right now. The stock markets, everything has been up for one of the longest streaks in history, if not the longest. I'm not going to look that up. But point is, there's lots of money out there. Money's cheap. Debt is cheap. And people are buying things, whether with money they have or on credit. They're buying things at historic rates. And that may continue as long as the economy continues in that direction. Nobody thinks it's going to continue that way forever. There's going to have to be a correction. A lot of experts are saying it's going to be soon. When that happens, soon, suddenly a lot of these people who are out buying whatever it is you're selling have less money to spend on that, or they're more discerning about what they spend their money on. And in those cases, if you've done things right, if you've sold a product or a service and really focused on customer satisfaction, not just the initial sale, but after that too, everything you do is a continuation of the sale. It's an additional sale, essentially, especially if you have a renewals-based business or something like that, or something, even a physical product they're going to have to buy again and again. It's a continuation of the sales effort the entire time they're around. And if you do that right, and of course the product itself has to be a part of that. For example, if you're selling investment information, then there's a stock market crash, but your stuff goes down way less than everybody else's stuff, and you see the opportunity there to make the money back buying things cheap, for example. People will stick around. Some people will. Now, you'll lose some. Everybody will lose some if the correction's bad enough. But if you're just tricking people into buying something shitty and then not worrying about if they stick around or not, that's gonna dry up when the money dries up. And people who are more discerning with their money are going to stick with things that they know, stick to things they know are good. And that comes from customer satisfaction. That's how you create customer satisfaction, really. I talk about customer service things a lot on here, but customer service really is the last line of defense for customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction is highest, in my opinion, when the person never has to talk to customer service at all. Every interaction they have with customer service means slightly lower satisfaction because they had the problem to begin with. They had the question, something wasn't right. So I've talked about that before in some of my other videos. I've written about it before, both on Quora, if you're watching this there, or on my website, 8020service.com. So check both of those things out for more on this stuff. But that's my answer. Do businesses care about customer satisfaction, or do they think there is plenty of fish in the sea? It could be both. There are businesses who really care about customer satisfaction, maybe to the point where they don't even spend enough effort going out and trying to find new people. But really, the intelligent thing to do is both. You focus on customer satisfaction to the degree that it's reasonable, and you go out and you do what these people are doing, buy ads or whatever your method is of obtaining new customers. You constantly strive to get new customers while also keeping satisfied the ones you have, focusing on getting them to renew and stick around with you, buy additional products, all that good stuff. That's really the best path there. So I guess that's really all I have to say on this. I'm going to wrap this video up here. So as always, like I said, I do these videos every weekday on a customer service topic, posting them on Quora and on YouTube. No matter where you're watching, like, thumbs up, upvote, follow, subscribe, all of those things. Again, written answers on Quora as well, on customer service questions, and a lot of writing on my website, 8020service.com, as well, about customer service stuff. And if you have a question for me, feel free to ask me on Quora, ask me in the comments on YouTube. I may use it in a future video. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up here, and I will be back tomorrow with another video.